Hey math superheroes, it's Pencil here, and today we're going head to head with the Tiffin 11 Plus Stage 1 math paper. Now, this test can be a little sneaky. It loves to mix in mental arithmetic, tricky sequences, and fast calculations. But don't worry, I'm here to make it fun and show you how to crack each question step by step. Here's the deal. Sometimes I'll say, pause the video, try it yourself, and then press play to see the answer. That way, you can test your super brain before I swoop in with the solution. Ready to sharpen those math skills? Let's blast off. Question 1. The formula for the volume of a cuboid is V equals L times H times W, where L is length, H is height, and W is width. What is the volume of a cuboid when your length equals 6 centimeters, your height is 8, and width is 4 centimeters? To find the volume, we substitute the values of L, W, and H into the formula. So in this case, we have 6 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 4. And that gives us 192 centimeters cubed. Question 2. Which of the following shapes has 10 lines of symmetry and 10 equal sides? Well, let's go through each shape and count the lines of symmetry and the number of equal sides. So starting off with a trapezium, as it does not say right-angled or isosceles, then this has 0 lines of symmetry and 0 equal sides. We have a regular hexagon that we know has 6 lines of symmetry and 6 equal sides. We've got a regular pentagon, so that's got 5 lines of symmetry and 5 equal sides. We then have a kite, which has 1 line of symmetry and 2 pairs of equal sides. And then finally, a regular decagon. Now, a regular decagon has 10 lines of symmetry and 10 equal sides. So therefore, the regular decagon is our answer. Question 3. This is a magic square where the numbers in the rows and columns follow a logical sequence. What is the missing number? Now, we need to figure out the sequence that the numbers in the rows and columns follow. Now, as we can see, the numbers in the grid increase from left to right and from top to bottom. Let's find the difference between these. So 24 to 32 to 40, we know that's plus 8, and that's all good. To find the missing number now, we need to simply add 8 to the number to the left of it, which is 40. And that gives us 48. So C is our answer. Question 4. Mandy has 886 grams of flour. She used 340 grams of flour to make a cake and 285 grams of flour to make cookies. So how much flour does she have left? So first we need to find out how much flour she's used, right? So that's 340 and that's 285. So in total, 625 has been used, which we then subtract from 886, which gives us 261, and that is our answer. So it's a two-step method. Step 1, we add what they've used. Step 2, we subtract that from the main source of flour, and we get 261 grams left. Okay, question 5. What is 4/5 written in a decimal form? So in order to translate 4/5 into a decimal, we can find an equivalent fraction with 10, 100, or 1,000 as its denominator. So instantly we have 4/5, which is equal to 8/10 if we double it. Now, as the fraction is over 10, we can put the numerator into the place value columns, starting with the tenths column, which then gives us 0.8, and E is our answer here. Now feel free to pause at any time, see if you can solve it faster, right? And I know these questions can be tricky, but you're doing brilliantly coming this far. So keep your eyes peeled for patterns. They're the secret treasure maps of math. Question 6. Which of the following is a prime number? Now, a prime number is a number that can only be divided by itself and 1. If we look at the number 12, for instance, its factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Now 27 also has 3 and 9 as factors, so it can't be prime. 38 and 56 are both even numbers, so that means they have a common factor of 2. So the factors of 47 are only 1 and 47 cannot be divided by any other numbers, meaning it is a prime number. So always use the process of elimination when you feel that's the right method. Question 7. What is the size of the missing angle F? Now, we've got something called hatch marks, and they indicate that side lengths are equal. So this is an isosceles triangle. This means that the two angles F and F are equal, because isosceles triangles contain two angles of equal size. Now, we know that the interior angles of a triangle add up to 180. So we have 2F plus 50 equals 180. And if we take the plus 50 over, we have 2F equals 180 minus 50, which is 130. If we then take the 2 over, that's divided by 2. So F will be 65. And C is our answer here. So it's all about making a letter or a constant the subject. Question 8. Laurent has a loaf of bread that is cut into 8 slices. Tasha has a loaf of bread of the same size, but hers is cut into 16 slices. And Laurent wants to swap 3/8 of his bread for an equivalent fraction of Tasha's bread. How many slices of bread should Tasha give him? So we need to find an equivalent factor for 3/8 with 16 as a denominator. So we get 3/8, which equals 6/16. So that's our denominator. So therefore, Tasha should give Laurent 6/16 of her loaf, or 6 slices of bread. And that's because 3/8 has the same value as 6/16, and they are equivalent fractions. So D is our answer. You're doing really well. Let's keep it up. Question 9. What is 4/8/10 written as an improper fraction in its simplest form? So if we're given a mixed number that is not in its simplest form, we should simplify it first to make the calculations easier. So we must therefore divide both the numerator and denominator of 8/10 by 2, which gives us 4/5. So the simplified mixed number is 4/5. We then convert this into an improper fraction. So remember, we times the bottom and we add the top. So 4 times 5 is 20 plus 4 is 24/5. And that's our answer. So always simplify first and then you can convert it. Question 10. What is 11/40 as a percentage? Now, percentages are fractions with 100 in the denominator. So we need to find an equivalent fraction of 11/40 with 100 as a denominator. So to do this, we'll just do 100 divided by 40, which is 2.5. So to build our equivalent fraction, we need to multiply 11/40 by 2.5. So straight away, 11 times 2.5 is 27.5. And as we know, 40 times 2.5 is 100. So there we are. Percent means numbers of parts in 100. So our final answer is 27.5. Okay, question 11. Round the number 738,122 to the nearest 10,000. So we are rounding to the nearest 10,000. So we must look at the 3 in the 10,000s column. And the number immediately on its right, 8. As 8 is more than 4, it is past the halfway point and closer to the next 10,000. So we will be rounding up. This means that 3 rounds up to 4, so our answer is 740,000. So remember, if it's 5 or above, it will go up. The rest will go down. Question 12. Silvio has a map of Rome with a scale 12 centimeters to 3 kilometers. On the map, the distance between the Colosseum and Vatican City is 24 centimeters. What is the distance between the Colosseum and Vatican City in real life? So on the map, it's 24 centimeters. We are told that 12 centimeters on the map is 3 kilometers in real life. So if we have 12 to 3, then 24 must be to 6, because if we double our factor here, we must double our kilometer as well. Therefore, the distance between the Colosseum and Vatican City is 6 kilometers. Question 13. Question 13. So what percentage of the shape below is both shaded and contains a star? So we can see that the shape has 8 sections in total and 4 are shaded and contain a star. Since percent means number of parts in 100, knowing the fraction in hundredths tells us what it is as a percentage. So here the fraction is the number of shaded stars over the total number of sections, so that's 4 over 8. To find the percentage, we need to find an equivalent fraction. So once again, that is equivalent to a half. So ultimately, we know that's 50 over 100, or shall we say 50%. Question 14. This is the time taken by 5 runners to complete a lap in seconds. What is the mean in seconds? So remember, the mean is the total of the numbers divided by how many numbers there are. So if we go ahead and add this all together, that leaves us with 150, which then if we divide by 5 gives us 30. Therefore, the mean time of the 5 numbers is 30 seconds. So 5 runners, 30 seconds, and there we are. Okay, remember to pause the video at any time, give it a go, and then check back with me. Even if you're wrong, that's totally fine. It means you're learning. Every mistake is just a step closer to being a math genius. Okay, question 15. The weights in kilograms of 5 different cats were measured. The weights are listed below. So which weight represents the second smallest value among them? So because it's asking for the second smallest value out of the 5 values, the values in the ones column are all the same. Therefore, we must order the numbers by looking at the tenths column. So again, you can see we've got ones in their tenths columns, and we're looking for the second smallest of these numbers. So that is out of 0, 4, and 5. So the value with 4 in the hundredths is the second smallest of those with 1 in the tenths column. So therefore, our answer there will be C, 4.141. Question 16. A zookeeper is feeding his animals. He needs to use 1/10 of the 80 kg of bird feed he has. He needs 1,000 times the 2 kg of hay he currently has. How many kilograms of food does the zookeeper in total need to feed the animals? So we need to find 1/10 of 80 kg, which again is 8. Then we need to find 1,000 times the 2 kg that we have. So that's 2,000. And if we add that together, that's 2,008. And C is our answer. So the zookeeper needs 2,008 kg of food. Question 17. A factory produces 9,230 kg of waste every month. After getting new machines, the factory now makes 1,000 times less waste every month. So how much waste does the factory produce now every month? So the sum we need to do is 9,230 divided by 1,000, which gives us 9.23 kg of waste. And there we are. I hope that was clear. Question 18. Solve the following equation to find the value of x. So we need to rearrange the equation by isolating x. So let's start by isolating all of the x terms on the left-hand side. So again, we can take the minus 7 over. So that's 3x equals x plus 9 plus 7, which is 16. We can take the x over from here, and that's 2x, as it's a minus x, equals 16. So x will equal 8. Okay, question 19. Which set contains only cube numbers? Remember, a cube number is the result of multiplying a number by itself 3 times. So we use the 3 symbol to show that a number has been cubed. So for instance, 1 cubed equals to 1 times 1 times 1. 2 cubed is equal to 2 times 2 times 2, and so on. So if we're looking for a set that only contains cube numbers, then we know 1 is a cube number, 3 will be a cube number, which gives us 27, and 4 is a cube number, which gives us 64. So C is our answer there. Okay, on to the final part of this section. This graph shows the daytime temperatures in New York and London. So on which day is it 3 degrees warmer in London than New York? So it's all about interpreting and reading the graphs. And we can see that temperature is higher in London on Thursday and Friday. So we look at Thursday and Friday to find the answer. Thursday, we can see it's 21 degrees in New York, but 24 in London. So if we subtract that, that is 3 degrees. So our answer here is Thursday. There we are. Okay, so with that being said, that brings us to the end of our first section, team. We have gone through the first 20 questions of the Tiffin 11 Plus Stage 1 math paper. From quick fire arithmetic to sneaky word problems, you showed determination, patience, and heaps of brain power. So if you had fun today, subscribe, smash that like button, and share this video with your friends. Let's spread the math magic, and I'll be back in part 2 with more adventures to keep you sharp and ready for the 11 Plus. Until then, stay confident, keep practicing, and remember, you're braver, smarter, and sharper than you think.